Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here as we get set for the 8th race of the WRA Oreo Cup Series here on the PCS Race Sports in-gaming channel. Getting set for the Auto Club race weekend. There's a look at your points entering Auto Club all the way down to 38th place. Troy Kang on the pole position. He comes this race 10th in the point standings. Alongside of him is Marion Jamestown, who is 5th in the points. Brittany White in row number 2 in that 45 Sprint Chevrolet. She comes into this race 33rd in the point standings. Needs something to go right. And Laura Bakersfield, the points leader, starts in 4th place. Let's get these cars going. It is 77 degrees, winds blowing northwest at 10 miles an hour. A beautiful day for racing in Hollywood. After this race, we only have 5 more races to go until All-Star Race Weekend at Hillside. In which we will determine who will be the 3 drivers to move into the All-Star race. Here we go, 38 laps of racing. We were here for the Battle of the SRA, and want to let you know, the driver who was involved in that scary wreck, Sandy Stewart, who's starting towards the rear of the field, was feeling okay. And hopefully she can redeem herself and not have another frightening accident like what we had here last week. Also, want to point out, I want to apologize about last week's race at Coca-Cola, wherein one of my house managers scared the snot out of me, and I was not prepared for that. So, yeah. Anyway, time for the Auto Club 400, presented by Q Motor Oil. Ready to go, 38 laps, and the 8th race of the Oreo Cup Series of season number 1 is green. Let's roll. Already 4 wide going on. This track is wide enough to go 4 wide. The problem is if you go 4 wide and lean, we're going to see a big wreck. Don't want to see a huge wreck in this race. Already had one last week at here in the Battle of the SRA here at this track. Troy King leads lap 1. Check the back of the field here. See if these guys and gals are going to be all right going through these corners. Danny Rand, points leader Laura Bakersfield mid-pack. Nova 3 wide sandwich. Please do not go 4 wide, or we're going to see a massive wreck. Let's go back up to the 10 of Troy King, who's been passed by O'Neal Baldwin, but about to lose the spot to Melissa Cooper in the 82 Long John Silver's machine. As Ben Erickson's at the back. Last week's winner, Betty Johnson, up to 37th in the points. Betty Johnson needs a good run to get herself back into the top 30 in the points, so that her win from Coca-Cola will count towards a spot into the playoffs. And we're under caution. Alita Perez has crashed. Rear end damage to the 74, former winner this season. Let's take a look at what happened. Our first caution of the race, and looks like a case of 4 wide going wrong. It's like Daniel Voiles shoved up into his teammate Sandy Stewart, and Marion Jamestown, they went up and collected the 74 of Alita Perez. Perez came in this race 11th in the points, former winner this season. Not the run she would have liked. As while we are under caution, I'm going to take the opportunity to, whoops, oh, that's not what I want. I'm going to take the opportunity to go get some water, and I will come right back. So give me 1 second. Give me a second. I'll be back. Sorry about that. I had on the wrong camera. Whoopsie. Alright. Alita Perez, who was involved in that wreck, back out on the track. Don't think anyone made pit stops. I mean, everyone can make it 38 laps on a tank of fuel. As I'm getting ready to charge my laptop here. So, yeah. Don't think these drivers will have to worry about pit stops in this 38-lap race. I'm going to go ahead and just give you guys some chances to... We're going to just skip ahead to the restart, just save you all some time. There we go. Nobody out of the race. Top 10s, we go back to green. Melissa Cooper, Betty Johnson, Chloe Erickson, Morgan Henderson, Cody Smart, Josephine Bouvier, Lulu Champagne, Troy King, Alexandra Van Dam, and Danny Rand. As we are back to green flag here at Auto Club. '74, I know, will be off the pace due to the rear end damage on her great NUS Energy Ford, and indeed she is off the pace. Seeing some drivers running well in points back here. Kyle Langland, the Daytona 500 winner. Red Riding Hood. Luke Knight, who lost the co-points lead to Laura Bakersfield last week. Daniel Voiles not having a strong run, so we're going to go on board the fresh Cheddar machine. Goes underneath Lisa Gonzalez. That's a battle for position. Chloe Erickson now the leader. The Citrus NUS Energy machine comes into this race 36th in the points. If If Chloe gets a win today, she'll have to see if that will be good enough to get herself into the top 30 in the points. Otherwise, she will have to get herself into the top 30 in points for that win, if she gets one, to count towards a spot for the playoffs. For anyone asking why I had to put my phone down, I went to go ahead and fill up my water so I can stay energized for the commentary. You know what they say, you need your water to be hydrated. I also need my water to have energy. As Ivonia Mirbo is the only Egyptian driver leading this race. We're on lap 13 of 38. These guys know we will probably have that 74 be in the way. See a couple of four-wide action. See where the points leader is. That's Laura Bakersfield. There she is in the 23rd position. Annie Thomas second in points. Where is the 23? She's up to 16th, a couple of spots ahead. Oops, sorry. Knocked over my charger. That was totally not what I wanted to do. I'll do this for my phone reference. Alexandria Van Dam, the Budweiser Chevrolet, now takes the lead. Van Dam comes in this race 29th in the points, only one top 5 and one top 10 so far this season. As we'll complete our 8th race of the season. Yep, Aaliyah Torres is going to be slow as you know what. Let's go on board with Dean Duvall to see what he's seeing right now. That fresh cheddar, number 26. As these drivers go into turn number 3. I mean, these drivers right here, they got plenty of room to go 4 and 5 wide, as I mentioned. But the problem is when you go 3, 4, and 5 wide, it could end up in a disaster.
Oh, I was just looking at it.
Okay.
Just interested.
Yeah. Back up front, Alexandria Van Dam, currently still your leader. Van Dam is inside the top 30 in the point standing, so if she gets to victory lane today, she would get her spot in, she would clinch a spot into the playoffs, providing she stays in the top 30 in the points. Melissa Cooper going for the lead, sorry. Here's Sandy Stewart, the Subway Toyota. Here she is. Remember, she was involved in that wreck in the Battle of the SRA in turns 1 and 2, where she hit the catch fence last week, but feeling a lot better to continue racing in the Oreo Cup Series. Lita Perez still off the pace. 37 of the 38 cars are up to speed. We also need to keep an eye on Betty Johnson because she's trying to get... She has a win, but she needs to get herself into the top 30 in the points for that win of last week at Coca-Cola to count towards a spot into the playoffs. As Melissa Cooper... was the leader. Now it's Marianne Jamestown, the RCR 31, or excuse me, the Nathan Orman Motorsports 31. She would be, as of right now, would take the points lead heading into next week. Next week we're going to Phoenix. Are we under yellow? Yes, we are. Cody Smart has crashed. Lisa Gonzalez, second yellow of the race, and we're at the halfway mark. A lot of damage to Lisa Gonzalez. Cody Smart, ever since he got his win a few weeks ago, it's not been smooth sailing for that 95. Let's see what happened here. Yep, another 4-wide situation. Yep, Troy King was right in the middle of Cody Smart and Lisa Gonzalez and took all three cars up into the wall. Cody Smart's car ends up in a car erupts in black smoke. His race is done. Lisa Gonzalez came in this race 6th in the points, so boy, not the way these drivers have won it. Unfortunately, we're going to have Cody Smart, sadly, be the only retiree out of this race. That also saves Alita Perez from going a lap down as a result. I thought we were going to go back green. Probably go back to green next time by. I'm just skipping ahead so we can just get to the restart, just save you guys some time. Nope, Lisa Gonzalez is now out of the race. She was 6th in the points. Cody Smart, 19th in the points. Cody's going to be possibly outside the top 30 in the points. And his win would not count towards a spot into the playoffs. And they are the first two retirees out of the race. As the yellow is put away, the green is back in the air for the second restart of the day. See where the points leader is running as I hit the... Points leader is running in 10th, so Laura Bakersfield would still be the points leader heading into next week. As Greg Rutz goes to the race lead. And unlike the Battle of the SRA, we have now had 2 cautions. We've been having some cautions the last couple of weeks for this series. First 2 races, we've not had cautions, but we've had cautions ever since Atlanta. Vegas went caution-free. Daytona went caution-free. Then we had that wreck fest at Bristol with 5 yellows. Or, I'm sorry, 6 yellows, because I just now looked at my stat. I forgot to do that a couple of weeks ago. They had 6 cautions for Bristol. And Maria is going to go to the race lead. She's 20th in points. She has not registered a top 10 or a top 5 this season. She's one of those drivers, if she won today, she would be in the playoffs. Because right now, 6 of our 7 winners are inside the top 30 in the points, and their wins would count towards a spot in the playoffs. Seth Cole needs a good run. He's currently... Where is Seth right now? He is 8th. So that is good news for Seth Cole, because he needs to stay in the top 30 in the points for that win to count towards a spot into the playoffs. We're still green. We got 10 to go. What has happened to Troy Kang? Oh, he's hit the wall. How did he hit the wall? Wonder if he had some contact with somebody. Yeah, he's hit the wall. He's dropped back. Oh, actually, I think it's because of the damage. It's up break for our pole sitter. He was 10th in points entering this race. Betty Johnson right now 29th. Don't think a 29th place run would put her in the top 30 in the points. A lot of these drivers who are running well in points, some of them are not going to have the result they wanted, and this could really cause some concerns as Bolvin just goes up and makes contact with Soraya. I think his car just got loosed up there and he had to chase up the racetrack. Gotta make sure these drivers don't wreck. Don't want to see a nasty crash that really could hamper some of these drivers. As Kevin Joseph goes to the lead, he's 16th in the points. If Kevin Joseph wins today, he would be in the playoffs. He would be the second KJM car to go to victory lane. Lisa Gonzalez went to victory lane earlier on this season at Las Vegas. So Kevin Joseph trying to go to victory lane for the second, KJM trying to go to victory lane for the second time this year. You know, Bulls having ever since Daytona, DV has not been really running really good lately. Other than the top 10 at Daytona, he has really just fallen off the deep end. Kevin Joseph leads the race. Driving the Dunkin' Donuts Chevrolet. Like to have a lot of dozen donuts at Dunkin' Donuts. I love Dunkin' Donuts, and that's why this colorful, beautiful 75 scheme is up here at the front. Troy King has dropped back. Go on board with the 32 here. 5 to go. Going through the corners at over 180 miles an hour, below 180 range. Now we're reaching speeds at 207 going into 3. Baldwin has retaken the lead, and Morgan Henderson nearly got into Luke Knight in the 97. 4 to go. 3 to go next time by. Hopefully this will not end the race. Alita Perez won't be an issue. Neither will Troy King, sorry. There's Ish Taylor in the 2. That was who I almost said. That was in the 10. Three to go here. O'Neal Baldwin leads. If Baldwin wins, he's in the playoffs. Baldwin is 32nd in the points. He was a total of 32 points back of Kyle Sutton, who is in that critical 30th in the points entering this race. Laura Bakersfield has taken the lead. If she wins, she would be in the playoffs. Not only that, she comes in as the points leader. And she would keep the points lead as of right now heading into next week. Seth Cole, 28th in the points, sorry. Former winner this season. So, one driver has not been to victory lane. One driver trying to go for win number 2. But don't count out Alexandria Van Dam, 29th in the points. A win for her, she's in the playoffs. A win for Lulu Champagne, and she would be in the playoffs. Here comes Seth Cole underneath the 77. We'll take the white flag presented by Credit One Bank. One more time around Auto Club. Can Seth Cole hold off the 0-2 of Van Dam? We're about to find out. Down the backstretch for the last time. Seth Cole in the lead. Van Dam is in second. Can Alexandria get a run on Seth Cole? She's looking. She's there. It's going to be one of those California finishes. Side by side to the line. Seth Cole by a car length will get his second win of the season and be the first repeat winner. And that might, keyword might, have just gotten Seth Cole into this season's chase for the championship, as long as he stays in the top 30 in the points. What's a race today, my friends? Standings are now official. So Seth Cole gets his second win of the season, and ironically, driving the Superman colors. Good job to him. Alexandria Van Dam so close, but she'll come away with second. Came in this race 29th in the points, so that will be a very much needed run for a driver who's been struggling this season. Lulu Champagne comes away in third, 18th in the points, so she will move up through the standings. Laura Bakersfield fourth. She will keep the points lead heading into next week. Second in points, Annie Thomas finishing fifth, so these two will remain 1-2 in the standings heading into next week. Marion Jamestown finished in sixth. Great run for Marion, who came into this race. Marianne was fifth in the points, so she'll stay in the top 10 of the points leaving today. Chloe Erickson, well-needed run for a driver who's been struggling near the bottom of the points table, 36 to be exact, so she's going to move her way up through the standings. Melissa Cooper in 8th, O'Neill Balvin completes 9th, and Amber Downey completes the top 10. I do not know if 27th for Betty Johnson is going to be good enough to get herself into the top 30 in the points. We'll just have to wait and see. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, a number of drivers running well in points going to take hits. Kyle Langland, Daytona 500 winner, 31st. He came in this race 12th in the points as far as that is concerned. Troy Kang had a bad day. Anne Maria, who was up at the front of the field earlier in the event, 20th in points. Not going to be the run she would have liked. So, looks like to me, some drivers that were running good in the top 10 and top 15 going to take hits. Some drivers like Van Dam, Chloe Erickson, who needed good runs, they got good runs. So it's going to be another point shaker, but we know that Laura Bakersfield and Annie Thomas will remain the top 2 in the points heading into next week's race, which we are heading to Phoenix International Raceway. That is our next stop on the tour for the Oreo Cup Series. Thank you all for tuning into today's race here at Auto Club. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCS crew today. We showed your full finish results all the way down to 38th. You will see your updated points entering next week's race at Phoenix, which you'll see at the beginning of next week's race, I should say. Until then, I've been Daniel Volt signing off. We'll see you next time as you've been watching a production of the WRA Oreo Cup Series on the PCS Race Sports and Gaming channel, the best center racing around the world since 2017. Goodbye from Auto Club Speedway of Southern California in Fontana.